All right, I'm back for Rebel, and I don't have my notes up, but it starts off with, oh, I'm Kaylane, by the way, because I don't introduce myself at all, and I'm trying to do that. It starts off with Rebel waking up, back in bed, from her situation. I feel like this ain't all my notes. I might have to wing it after a second, because a portion of my notes seem to be missing here. But anyway, wakes up, and she's got back off written across her chest, and she's shook, as you would be after waking up at your house after going passing out at the club, waking up at your house. That's terrifying. So she's going to, a gigantic bird just swooped by, but y'all don't care. Let me get back to it. She is at the doctor's office, and getting checked out, examined, rape kit, all of the things that you would do after something like this happens. And it looks like she wasn't assaulted, but she still takes the Plan B pill just to be sure that she don't get pregnant, all of this. And the doctor is telling her, sis, you're gonna have to chill for just like a couple days. Just don't do nothing too strenuous. You're gonna be dizzy, you're gonna be throwing up, all of the things. It's gonna be a mess. And then she follows that up by saying, I don't believe that you're gonna follow these instructions, but I gotta tell you anyway. So she takes the pill, goes on about her day. She pops up at Dreadhead spot, and there's another man in there, Dreads and some other dude. She's got the gun to some other dude's head, and apparently they were just both in there taking a nap, and she broke into the house, put the gun up to his head, and Dreads is like, oh my lord, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. Like, he's up, and Rebel's got the gun to dude's head, and she's like, you do anything I don't like, I'm gonna split his wig. And she's giving, why did y'all drug me at the club, da 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 da. And Dreads is like, we didn't drug you, it wasn't, that's not, I don't know any, I'm not sure what's going on. So she got the gun up to bruh's head, and he's playing tough guy. He tells Dreads to excuse them. Well, before this, the man reaches for his gun. Rebel already got his gun, so now she got the gun up to his head, and then his gun up to like his torso area. And I'm just like, you got to be quicker than that. You got to get up early to get over on Reb. But so she's got the gun and blah blah blah. He tells Dreads to excuse them. Dreads goes off, and she's like, drop the tough guy act and tell me what's tea. He says, again, I have one red nail on each hand, because I'm testing out the color to see if I want to put it on all the fingers. And I don't really think, I feel like it's just a little too bright for me. I usually do blacks and dark blues and around in there. Or just like a burgundy. I did a burgundy last time, and it was cute. This is very red, but it was free, so I'm checking it out. But anyway, y'all don't care. I may do it on my toes. Whatever. So he tells, tells her that Houston, makes people disappear for a few days, and if they do come back, they don't come back the same, and yada yada yada. And I wasn't really following, but I was trying to. What else? So apparently the guy that she had the gun up to his head was the guy that was with Malik. Is that the guy that's always on the street corner? Somebody let me know. I just put that together in my mind. It may be that guy. But that's the guy that was with Malik the night he got killed. Apparently one of Houston's, or a few of Houston's henchmen tried to like kidnap this dude and like load him up in a van or something, and they fought him off, and he dropped his gun, and that's when Malik picked it up. And then apparently that's when they got to the scene, and all that transpired with Malik and Chien shooting at him, and then they shot him down and all that. And I'm trying to figure out, like, logistically, rock with me, because I'm all about logistics. They shot, the man did not say anything about them firing any shots at all. Nothing about it. And he said they tried to put him in a van, and they fought him off, and he dropped his gun. I'm trying to figure out, because when Rebel and Chien's got the call was there were shots fired in an alley. And it just didn't make sense to me, because he didn't say nothing about shots being fired. He said that they fought off these henchmen. Dude dropped the gun. Malik picked it up. They parted ways. And I'm like, if they parted ways, how was he just standing in the alley when they got there? I'm not putting it together in my mind. Somebody help me out if you can down in the comments. But I'm not sure. But whatever. Y'all probably don't know either. But if you do know, or if you have theories or whatever, just drop it down. So, what's her name? Rebel is going home. There's a woman on her stoop, on her steps, right outside her door, and she's jittery. So she reaches for her gun. She looks finally and realizes that it is the mother of a young man that was killed, in a previous case while she was still on the force or whatever. And ooh, who am I? Greg Brady? Was it Greg or Peter that that voice change on the Brady Bunch, and they were singing the song, and his voice was cracking all in the song. Y'all don't care, but whatever. She lets the woman know, I'm no longer on the force, and I don't have any new information about the murder of your son. The mama says, I do. And she comes in for, some tea, and they discussing, what's going on or whatever. And she says that the man that she thinks killed her son he has cancer, and he's, got like a week or 2 to live, and she doesn't want him to die without confessing to murdering her boy. So some kind of way Chien gets involved. I have a hard time following the side storylines of the show. So you just bear with me, just bear. But, so Chien gets involved with this because apparently he was involved, they were partners at the time and they were working the case. So he links up with her and, they're working the case all over again. She agrees to let him work with her because his badge will get her in more places. But I'm like, this man really did get your brother killed. I couldn't be in the same proximity as him. I couldn't just be around him knowing that he fired the initial shot that set my brother up for death. I can't, Malik wasn't my brother, but I don't vibe with Chien like he was. Like, I can't. But whatever, they link up and they're reworking the case. And so they go visit, this man that is on death row or whatever. And apparently he was like a skateboard shop owner or a convenience store owner. He had a store of some sort. And he said Malik was stealing from him. I mean, not Malik. Kevin, I believe is the young man's name. Kevin was stealing from him all the time, and he wanted to open a shop just like him, and all of this. And he said he was pissed that dude was stealing, but he did not kill him. And they go all into, you going to see Allah in a day or 2. So, is this your final answer? Do you really want to go meet, your maker without, telling the full truth? And he tells the truth. I did not kill this boy. I didn't like him, but I ain't kill him. So they move on. They go to the skateboard shop of Kevin's best friend. And Kevin's best friend is chilling, working his job, running the shop, whatever. And there's a girl. Now, the girl is Paige Hurd. I was so happy to see her because I ain't seen her in a while. But she has this tattoo on her hand. Rebel and Chien immediately recognize the tattoo. And they realize that Kevin's best friend and his girlfriend go together, are married or engaged or something. She had a ring. I wasn't sure. Was it a promise ring, an engagement ring, or a wedding ring? I did not know. But, this rain. I really hope y'all can hear me, but they go together now, and Rebel and Chien are like, it's very suspicious that you have everything that Kevin had, everything that he wanted, including his girl. Like, you snatched this man's girl. That's suspicious. So I'm gonna skip ahead. They end up bringing the man in, and trying to get him to confess to the murder. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see. While they're doing all of this, Rebel has a spell of some sort. She gets really dizzy, and she's starting to have a flashback of the other day. She's seeing people. She's hearing at this point. She sees purple haze, a purple light of some sort, like the club, and then she hears people chattering. And Chien is like, "You alright?" And she's like, "I'm fine. I'm good. It's cool." And Chien doesn't believe her, but they move on. Let's get over to Meth. Method husband is over there having financial issues. As Rebel told us in the first episode, she said that your age and your credit score are the same. And that's pretty much true, because his credit score and my credit score are the same, and I'm just starting, to build up a line of credit. This man is grown. His credit is just shot. But he's not able to be approved for a loan. So he's trying to get a loan so he can pay the people who are expanding his business. And the construction workers. The construction workers are like, no justice, no peace. We won't be working until you give us some money. So they have run off. There's a halt in production. He's trying to get the money from the bank. They won't give him the money because his credit score is too low. And so he's going to ask Rebel for a loan. For a cosign on the loan. And, whatever. Let me see. Let me scooch. While Chien and Rebel are out trying to solve Kevin's murder, she throws up. She gets all discombobulated, dizzy, throws up, has another flash, and all of that. And this time, her flash, she can remember people picking her up. So she's starting to piece it together. But she throws up, and she tells Chien that it was just something she ate, and it was just not great. He drives her home. Chien is trying to make sure she gets in all right. Method husband is already there, so there's a confrontation about that, and whatever. Method husband escorts her into the house. She takes a shower. She's trying to get back off of her chest. And my mom was like, well, maybe it's henna, because we're trying to figure out. It wasn't just marker. It wasn't, magic marker. It's not coming off. It wasn't a tattoo, because it is fading. So maybe it's henna. She's scrubbing and starting to fade. She puts on a little flannel like I have on. It has it buttoned up to the neck. And she lays down, and Method and Rebel are having like this intimate moment. It's not a sexual moment. It's just an intimate moment. It's a familiar moment. Like, they married. They go way back. This is just a cute little snuggling and cuddling in the bed type moment. And she's talking to him, and she's telling him, things that would thwart his asking her to co-sign on this loan. And so he tucks the paper back into his little briefcase, because she's giving, I'm proud of you for doing the thing, and, how's all that going, da-da-da-da-da. And so he backtracks and doesn't ask her to fill out the loan. But then he goes into her purse, takes a picture of, I believe, her license, her social security, all of that, and then takes it up to the bank. So he forges her identity. Identity theft. He stole this woman's identity. And that's going to be a problem in a minute. That's going to be a big issue in the future. But he takes it up to the bank, and he's being all cocky with the bank loan man. He's like, why don't you go ahead and fill out the information and give me that loan today? And I'm like, nigga, this finna be a problem. Not a problem, a problem. This an issue. But whatever though. So apparently he gets the money for the loan, whatever. Let me see. While they were at the skateboard shop, they saw this little t-shirt with this tag logo on it. And the logo was something that they had seen on a wall prior to. And apparently it was something that Kevin had spray painted over. So they pick up the dude, they catch the guy who did the spray, the logo, the tag, whatever. And he tries to swing on Rebel. Like, he's running, right? They ask him, please halt. And he takes off running. Rebel runs over this man. She not runs over him, but while he's running, she corners him, and he runs into her car and like flips over the car. She gets out the car. He swings on her. Obviously doesn't hit her, because who gonna check Rebel? That's like trying to swing on Iyanla with that bald head. But he swings on her. She grabs the spray paint out of his backpack, sprays him in the face. This is what you get for trying to hit a girl. And apparently he blacks out for a second. He wakes up handcuffed to a fence. And they try to get the information. He's just very thirsty, so he can't tell no information. And I'm sure this is probably a drug thing. He can't tell none of the information until, he gets some water. He gets some water. He spills the tea. That I believe he was saying that Kevin's best friend wanted to be Kevin so bad, basically. And so they move on from that. I believe the best friend's name was Otis. So they get Otis down to the station, and while Otis is in custody and he's talking to the police, Paige Hurd, her character, comes through the door, and she's, I need to speak to Otis, da-da-da-da. And it's like, what's your problem? And Rebel asked her, what is your issue? Like, why are you so hell-bent on talking to this man before the police do? She's like, it's my right. I want to talk to him. And she flashes her little ring or whatever. And then she goes into the bathroom, and she's like dousing her face with cold water or something. And she, you visibly shook, obviously shook. Rebel corners her in the bathroom. And this was the most dramatic and ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Rebel corners her in the bathroom and basically gets her to confess. Now by this time I'd already figured out that Paige Hurd was the killer. But she gets her to confess that Kevin and Otis had some sort of an altercation, and Kevin was like beating up on Otis, and she swung a skateboard at Kevin's head to get him off of Otis, and then Otis was dead. Kevin was dead, and it was just the worst. And she's crying, and she's pulling on the bathroom door, and she's, let me out, somebody please let me out. And it's like, girl, this is terrible. But anyway, so I guess she gets arrested for the murder, and then the mama is shook because she never suspected that it would have been her son's girlfriend that killed him. Terrible, terrible. Let me see. Rebel then, Chien's and Rebel again are together once more, and I'm still like, I don't care for it. But Chien's asked Rebel, what's wrong? What is the matter? Something ain't right with you. And she finally breaks down and tells him that you know, I was at the club, I got drugged, I woke up at the house, don't know what happened, terrible. And she's crying, he's hugging her, and I'm still like, I just don't think so. You need another friend, Rebel. You need to make it right with sidekick Shorty, because she's still pissed. She wasn't in the episode at all, because she's still pissed about Rebel talking down to her last week. You need your girl, because I just don't see. I couldn't see it for Chien's with LASIK, with contacts, with glasses, all combined. I couldn't see it for Chien's. I couldn't see it just, you know, with 20/20 vision, 60/40 vision, 15/11. I could not see it for Chien. I just don't see it. I just don't. But, you know, they hugging, and he tells her that he doesn't want her to go at this alone, and I guess this means they formed an alliance. They linking up now, and they gonna figure out what happened to Malik. And it's like, Chien's happened to Malik. Like Houston said last week, the police happened to Malik. Chien's, it's this nigga. I mean, I know that there's a lot of deeper, you know, avenues and other things to explore. Why did the boy have cocaine in the system? What was he doing hanging out with folks that got guns? All of that. But all in all, Chien's shooting at Malik, and then the backup coming and also shooting Malik. That's what killed your brother. So all of this trying to figure it out. I mean, you can be trying to figure out, you know, the root of the problem, but the actual problem is this man killed your brother. I mean, he killed him by proxy, but still, direct result of his actions killed your brother. So anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. You know, I love talking to y'all down in the comments. I love connecting with y'all on Instagram and Twitter. I don't really do a lot of Twitter, but, you know, hit me up and I talk to me. I'll talk back. Let's talk money. I talk that. But yeah, hit me up on the interwebs, Facebook, all of that. It's in the description. Also, Matea's GoFundMe is down there. If you haven't read up on it, you can read up on it when you click the link and donate. That would be dope. Again, this has nothing to do with Jackie Christie or her grandson. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with anybody but Matea and her family. This is just going to help her out. So, click the link, read up on that, and I will see y'all. Tonight is Empire and Greenleaf, so I'll see y'all maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, not sure. Probably tonight though, because I'm working tomorrow and I'm probably not gonna get up in time to do the videos, and then it'll be nighttime by the time I get off, and I may as well, if I'm gonna do it at night, just do it tonight. You know what I mean? So whatever. Anyway, I'll holla.